Already there's pre-drawn crackdown on the protesters at Vijay Chowk who have assembled already. All the protesters have been evacuated from India Gate. In fact, the cops have launched a pre-dawn raid to force these protesters who had been campaigning at the protest site throughout the night. In fact, Delhi police personnel have now rounded up these protesters in buses and they have been taken to undisclosed locations. These are preemptive measures that the Delhi police is taking after all the criticism it faced yesterday because things completely spiraled out of control. They had to use tear gas canisters, they had to use a lot of force, lathi charge. The crowd which had unfortunately turned violent yesterday, today they have already started taking preemptive measures. It's early morning and even before the dawn cracks, the police have decided to crack down on these protesters. Remember, a lot of these protesters are young people, mostly students from the Delhi University and also universities from the NCR region. They have all been camping there since yesterday. And these are the latest visuals we are getting for you, early morning visuals of all these metro stations. Remember, this is also one of the preemptive measures that the police has taken. These 4 metro stations in and around India Gate have been closed down. However, passengers will be allowed to transit. No passenger will be allowed to get off at any of these railway stations, at any of these metro stations which are close to India Gate. This is one of the measures that the police is taking to try and scuttle the people's stir. And the breaking news that we are getting from India Gate right now is that there has been a pre-dawn crackdown, and joining us right now is one of the protesters, Mrityunjay. Well, Mrityunjay, where are you right now? Were you there when the police cracked down on the protesters at India Gate?
Hello?
Mrityunjay, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Mrityunjay, can you please tell us what really happened at India Gate? It's not even 7 a.m. What is happening there? Have the police removed all the protesters who've been camping throughout the night?
Let me tell you what exactly happened. We were like 150 people who were peacefully protesting at Vijay Chowk this night, and all night we spent there peacefully, no violence at all. Then at around 6 a.m. police came with some lathis, although they did not do any lathi charge, but they have detained all of us. They have filled us up with and they have taken us somewhere. They have not told us where they are taking us, and there are around 10-15 women also amongst us who were sitting there with us in the protest.
Mrityunjay, did any kind of force being used when they were trying to pile you onto the bus? You're just telling us that there are women there as well. Is everyone safe and secure?
Hello?
Mrityunjay, I was asking you if everyone is safe right now and no one's hurt while the police were trying to bundle you into buses. And as you were telling us, there are women protesters also who have been taken away to undisclosed locations.
I'm unable to get you, Ash. It's very loud in the bus right now.
Mrityunjay, do you have any idea where you are being taken?
Yeah, we have no idea where we are being taken. We were taken around half an hour back from Vijay Chowk. We were just on GT road. Now we don't know which road we are on, and they have not told us. We've been asking them again and again, but we're getting no answers.
Mrityunjay, is everyone safe?
Yes, everyone is safe. Actually, 1 or 2 people were kicked, but not lathi charge. Some police people kicked by, there are like a couple of people, but nobody is hurt actually here with us.
Well, fortunately, so far nobody has been hurt. Mrityunjay, thank you. We will try and connect with you in some time later. Hopefully, we'll know where you are being taken. Also joining us now is our correspondent Jugal Purohit. Jugal, do we know what really happened early morning? Because one of the protesters who was just speaking to us said that it was a very peaceful protest. They were really not doing much there, but peacefully protesting and agitating. However, the police, it seems, have decided to take some preemptive action.
That's right. In fact, the signs of the same were actually visible quite early last night itself, when the police began assembling in large numbers and also had a convoy of vehicles which primarily included buses and such other heavy vehicles in the area. there was an apprehension that the protesters may be herded out. One of the very initial signs was the fact that the government had ordered late last night the shutting down of the metro stations in the area in the vicinity of India Gate as well as Vijay Chowk. And clearly those signs were telling that the government was absolutely not comfortable with the way protesters were gathering yesterday. As we are aware, they marched right up to the Raisana Hill complex. Now, what we are also aware is that this afternoon there was to be a very huge rally from the side of the Jawaharlal Nehru University Students Union. Apart from that, there are also several citizens who've been pouring out on the streets for almost a week now. Remember, it's a week today to the incident that happened last Sunday. And we are aware that the government's discomfort was all too visible when it asked for the metro stations to cut down or rather to shut down. Apart from that, we are also aware that these protesters are in all likelihood headed for the Bhavan Stadium, if you remember, where Baba Ramdev protesters were also held after the crackdown last June. So this is what the government's strategy is. It wants to clear the area and does not want a repeat of the scenes that we saw yesterday.